Alright guys, welcome to the first official talking head of the year. I don't count the Resident Evil showcase, even though that was pretty cool. I liked the collabs and everything, and of course seeing what was going on with Resident Evil, but this one's just kind of how we're getting started to the year. As you guys have already seen, Noisy and I are doing the Sims Platinum Challenge, but I wanted to talk a little bit about what I had mentioned at the end of 2025, and that's really leaning into not getting any new games in the library, and also really working on, now more than ever, the library that I have. I have a massive library across multiple platforms. You've seen the Steam Deck, which seems to continue to get added to the PlayStation Pro. You've got the 3DS, you've got an entire rack of classic systems, tons and tons of games. And honestly, like I said, now more than ever, with the industry kind of doing what it's doing, this is a great point to take a moment, combat that FOMO, and just be like, all right, let's see what we've got here. So when it comes, in my opinion, to tackling your library in general, it's more than just, oh, you know, mark game off, make sure you have a list, kind of things like that. Those things do help, obviously, making sure that you're doing some kind of tracking, but it's really about kind of finding the experience. And I've watched a few videos kind of talking about this as well, and I'm obviously trying to kind of put it into my words too, and that's the experience that you actually want to experience versus the, oh well, everyone talks about how great this game is experience. You guys have heard me bring up before Red Dead Redemption 2. Everyone on Earth that I know loves that game. It's, you know, if you talk to a lot of people, that is like the greatest game in the modern era. That game does not resonate with me at all. It doesn't hit with me at all. So it's always kind of my go-to example that, like, trying to chase what everyone else is chasing isn't always going to work out for you, and kind of stick to what you know, stick to what you like, because in most cases those experiences are going to end up being better. Now, as we do go into detail, though, about tackling the library, I do want to go into a couple of things. As I mentioned before, a lot of recommendations people like to bring up surrounding kind of how to tackle it. You can use services like Backlogged or How Long to Beat, or any of these like game tracking services are actually pretty awesome for keeping an eye on your games. But as somebody who has tried this before and has been on again, off again a little bit with it, be careful with some of those trackers, even your own. Like I've got a Google Sheets, just kind of labeled and everything with like, hey, did I beat this game? Did I shelve it? That kind of thing. Also, like I like to include dates and like the platform I played it on and stuff like that. But be careful with that kind of stuff, because the second it starts to feel jobby, you're defeating the purpose. So we're all after this kind of this crazy goal of working on our libraries and stuff like that. And hey guys, you know, games are awesome, and that's why we want to continue to work on our libraries. And as it stands right now, this is probably the best opportunity, not just to kind of go backwards and focus on what you have, but hardware wise as well, kind of staying where you are. As you guys know, in the gaming space, RAM prices, GPU prices, everything's going up because, oh my god, AI. As I digress, here's the thing. All of everything is going up. We saw that in the Resident Evil showcase. Even some $2,000 watches got collabed. with a video game and portion and the idea, and I know this is going to sound silly, but the idea of like gaming is now a premium experience. It's, you know, you gotta be ridiculously wealthy or something like that to get in. It's outrageous, and I do think that's going to lead to a lot of us going backwards and focusing on our library. So, little rant out of the way. I just wanted to kind of bring that up and go into detail on kind of what my direction was, and this was even really before the RAM spike or anything like that. I looked at my library and was like, wow, man, I got a lot of games that I've at one point been interested enough in to purchase, and I know there's a little bit of a two-way street with that. You've got, oh well, I bought it just to own it, or I bought it with intent to play it. Pretty much every video game that I have purchased, outside of the ones that I bought strictly to like pop platinum trophies, later video on that I'm sure, like outside of those games, I have had intent when I've bought a game to actually play said game. Like, oh, this looks cool, I want to try that out. And I think a lot of people are like that. So I don't fault any kind of collector mentality or anything like that. I just encourage, of course, hey, if you have an opportunity to do what I'm doing, take a moment and tackle it. Use those resources. Like I said, you've got great websites out there. You can do your own Google Docs sort of thing. And then even more so, I know this kind of might be a little contradictory. Give yourself those breaths in between. So if you've just experienced a brand new game and everything like that, and you're not quite ready yet to jump into another, go replay a game. Go replay something that you've enjoyed. Go play Zelda. Go, you know, Ocarina of Time is like the greatest bite-sized experience that you can have. But as I digress, go play a game that you have already experienced if you're a little nervous about jumping onto the new horse. Like, and then as it relates, again, this will be in a later video, I think, talking about trophies and kind of changing the mindset on how we do things. For now, it's about the experience. So look at the games that are like, okay, it's not that I have to play this, it's that I want to play this. I think all of us are going to have a much better experience gaming if that is kind of the direction we go to moving forward. So that's all I've got for today. First official, like, it is unscripted, just having fun, thinking out loud. You know, my cat's popping up going like, hey man, what are you doing? I hope you guys are having a fantastic year, and let me know, are you going to be working on your library? Are you still looking at some new games? I mean, Resident Evil 9 is coming, and we will be having a Road to Requiem update and everything. I've been working my butt off on that game, trying to make it happen. Well, not just that game series. 16 Resident Evil games, and I've been trying to chunk through them. So there will be an update on that one. But again, go ahead, like, subscribe, leave a comment on kind of what you're up to as well, because the way we get there, guys, is together. So if you have any cool tips or anything like that, I want to hear from you. So until next time, guys, I will see you in the next one.